Hello and welcome back, Mad Bombers, to Crash Bandicoot Warped, the Sane Trilogy. And in this part, Coco's waving, hey, right before she goes shooting people out of the sky.
So, is there any reason why they decided to have it so that Crash was in one plane and Coco's in the other? Ow, that was a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. I honestly can't remember if the PS1 version also allowed you to play as Coco. This could have been a Crash-only level because maybe they only had one model for Crash, thinking, well, maybe we shouldn't make one for Coco because she's going to do the engine boss fight anyway. In the Sane Trilogy, of course, you can choose between either having Crash go in or Coco go in. The choice is yours. They both have exactly the same abilities.
Mostly because they are both Bandicoots.
Except Crash has the winningest smile I've ever seen on any illustration of a game character.
I don't know. If you take Mario's mustache off, I think his smile is actually pretty nice.
A non-mustachioed Mario?
Yeah.
Plane number 4. I think that'll look kind of weird.
It does look like, weird, but his smile looks better.
That's like if Santa Claus went without a beard. You can't take off Santa Claus's beard.
And why not, Mr. Cloud?
Because then he'll look like an old man.
He already is an old man.
He is immortal. Yeah, we could only settle for the blue relic, which essentially is a failure because you need gold relics in order to get the final gem in the game.
So what is the next level that we're moving to, Mr. Cloud?
That is an excellent question. The order in which I'm completing these it's easy to hard. So now we've just about run the gamut of the easy levels. But now checking our stock. Yeah, let's give Hog Ride a try. The whole point of Hog Ride is that you do it quickly.
So it should be relatively simple to get the gold relic here. Just effectively just win the race.
Win the race. Make us view, minimize errors. Good luck. Don't forget to boost. Yes, it has been quite a while since we last recorded. What's new in the world of Gerdat?
Well, if we want to date the episode a bit, Christmas happened, although Christmas happened in other parts of the country because my family did not actually do Christmas this year. It was a very somber time for us as we were, attempting to move in order to avoid foreclosure. It is real world stuff that I don't really want to bring up on Rocket Rabbit, but I felt needed to get mentioned. So if it seems like I'm a bit more down than usual, it's because my life is a bit more tumultuous than I would like.
Well, real world stuff, it at least proves that we are not just voices on the screen. As for me, I am quite fortunate and pleased to have enjoyed my Christmas. It was a very pleasant time for me and everybody.
Under 45, does that get us the gold?
Nope. You can't just win the race in order. You get the blue just to acknowledge that, okay, you did it, well enough. Not to mention that I'm pretty sure it takes these guys exactly the same amount of time to complete the track at every time, making them living clocks. But you're going to have to do a little better than that.
Damn.
I think the gold was like 39 seconds or something like that.
A whole 5-second lead? Jeez.
Okay. You got to suck at something before you get relatively good at something.
So, but Midnight Run's relatively easy. Why don't you want to do that one?
I'm trying to avoid the more mini-gamey ones. I did Hog Ride because I figured, well, maybe it is time that we started doing the mini-game ones. But the mini-game ones, they have a fixed duration. You have to do this level at least per his minimum speed. Because you are riding him the whole time. He never stops.
And you missed.
Because I forgot to get it's a time relic challenge. Get the clock first.
That is a nice wink, Coco.
Oh yeah, and just hold the dash. Because these time relics are about, how actual people have completed these levels using the controls. And one of the controls, of course, is the super dash.
And short hops.
And long hops. Yeah,
Nice
time
landing.
crates. Get those time crates.
Don't crash into the wall.
Fuck yeah.
I think you need like 19 for the plat here. I'm not sure though.
Cha-ching.
Yay!
Yeah, gold. Alright. One down. 17 to go or something.
So, what is your favorite piece of music from Crash Bandicoot Warped?
It would have to be the Tomb Time Sphinxinator theme. I love that song so much I actually learned how to play it on the trumpet.
Sweet.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Crash fell on to his face. Coco's level is on. We gotta race again.
Well, we're not actually racing this time. It's mostly a sprint course.
We're racing against ourselves, the most worthy adversary. Whee!
I personally think that it would actually be more terrifying than exhilarating to do this kind of jet skiing, especially with how undulating the waves are.
It would fit for me. It would feel most intense at the really tight turns because when I maybe going back to like age 15 or so, my uncle used to take us out on jet ski out in the lake where he used to. Well, actually, he's living there now. Actually, so one day he took the jet ski out with one of those rubber tubes. You tie a rope on it. It's basically as simple as it gets for cheap fun. As long provided you do have a jet ski, which can be expensive at times. And yeah, he took the turn way too wide. I skidded, and I fell right shoulder over shoulder off of it, right crashing into the water. It was one of those flashbulb memories that I took away from growing up.
At least you weren't significantly hurt.
I don't think I was. No. I think my teeth hurt, though.
You're not supposed to hit the water head first, Mr. Cloud.
Well, like I had a choice. Hell yeah.
The most exhilarating thing that I can remember from my childhood is my dad used to, casually compete in time trials down at the airport, and one of his friends allowed me to drive in the current time trial title holder in his souped up truck, and that was more scary. That was more scary than fun for me. It was like, yeah, it's really impressive that you're able to go around this course in 15 seconds. I want off now, thank you.
Going really, really, really fast.
And here we see the cloud person failing to decide what level he wants to do, because they're all difficult.
Dude, alright, let it be known that I would rather do Dynamite than do Deep Trouble. Deep Trouble can go screw itself.
Now, do you take the alternate exit in Deep Trouble for the time relic, or do you do the normal one?
For the time relic, you should do the normal exit because you have to hit the exclamation point box in order to unlock the secret hidden exit, and that takes time to do.
Right.
No, I mean, once again, we're in a level where the idea is you should be going fast because this is a boulder chase level.
But unfortunately, the muck and mire beneath Crash's feet prevents him from going fast.
Well, that's why you have to get those running shoes all warmed up and not kill yourself.
I notice you're not oh no, you're holding the dash button, right? Okay.
Grass penalty. we were talking about the going-ons in my life. I should actually mention and give credit that Tool came out with a new album this year. They were in a 13-year drought. I cannot remember the last time I've heard of a band having that huge of a hiatus between studio releases. 10,000 Days 2006 was the very last one. Fear Inoculum is it's a great album. They like if you're new to Tool, heard about them, curious about them, or just want something awesome to listen to for about 63 minutes, get Fear Inoculum, spin it a few times, spend some time in their box. These guys are awesome.
I mean, that's one of the big hurdle points for Tool in general, though. I mean, the Fear Inoculum album has been making its rounds in our recommended page for a while, but
that's because I keep watching the videos.
But like, a lot of the songs are like 6+ minutes, and I'm like, I would rather just go listen to my older, slightly shorter songs than go jam out to those. Plus, Tool is a bit more artsy than I'm usually down with.
So the whole I'm glad you brought up YouTube. YouTube was the first place where they went to in order to promote their album, and hence I was able to find it over and over again. So it is artsy. The whole idea is that like every time you listen to the song, it feels like the first time because it's hard to memorize the sequences. The time meters get all broken up, tempo changes, swells, but it's still Tool. These guys are probably suffering from what Schubert called the endless A tone that he heard for the rest of his life. These guys probably will never unhear the tone D.
Now, I don't mean to say that being artsy is a bad thing. God, no. I mean, being artsy can most certainly be a really good thing for an artist. After all, that's, part of their name. Being an artist means, expressing your views through through various different mediums.
Art is I don't know if I'm ready to go on a discussion of premises, but I mean, if you want to talk about genres, is art even a genre?
Well, art itself is not necessarily a genre, but artsy, I feel, as a qualifier, can be considered a genre.
Right. Now, just so I'm clear, what distinguishes an artsy album? God damn seagulls.
Well, you were mentioning a lot of the experimentation in this album. I qualify that personally as an indicator of artsy intention.
So progressive then, or
not necessarily progressive, because I don't want to lump Tool in with I don't want to lump Tool in with a lot of the older prog rock bands. I mean, I understand that's what they would prefer to be compared to, but in my limited exposure to Tool doesn't really give me a decent outlook to make that claim.
Right, that they're too different to be considered to have fundamentally similar characteristics. Well, a lot of artists will create expectations. I heard Sleep. So Sleep, they put out this one album. The name of it escapes me right now. Where basically you're listening to somebody strum the C pedal tone for the entire album. Just every song sounds very similar. But then after a while, that's their sound. So there's the sound, and then there's the formula, which presupposes a genre to which it belongs. I think.
Ouch.
Ow.
Do you think Tool could do a concept album based on Crash 2?
No, I don't think, because those dudes were teenagers in the 80s. So no, I don't think they would have built that strong an attachment to Crash 2.
Okay.
I would argue, honestly, because they called one of their songs Zombie, that they probably watched Pee-wee's Playhouse growing up.
Ah.
Hey, Zombie!
You almost died it there.
I did. But that's okay, because let me dispel all suspense that I did minimize the number of failed takes that I put in these. This is the successful run.
Ah.
Because success depends on great moments of triumph.
Well, success in this case is a gradient spectrum. Yay! Oh,
No,
that's not a success.
not yay. Very hiss. And in the next part, we must undo the damage that has been done.